Well, good afternoon ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Cod Baits Fishing Adventures. Today we're back at Withernsea, the site of a few fish last time out. Weather conditions are probably even better than when I came the other day. It's now Monday. Conditions look absolutely great. The water's even browner, the sky's even bluer, and there's zero wind. I mean, looking at 1 mile an hour, or 1 knot, whatever you want to call it. I've got one rod out at the moment. I've just cast out. I'm on a short pulley pennel, all Sakuma Manta, all nice extra sharp hooks. Very short pennel, with obviously a circle for the pennel, but it's swinging freely like I showed you in the last video. I ain't got it attached to the bait. I've just got a full squid on there, wrapped onto the bottom hook, and using the freely hanging Sakuma circle hook as a bait stop. So it works both ways. I mean, that hook on was it last Tuesday, caught all 3 fish, the top hook. So you know, it does work. I brought some peeler crab, I bought some mackerel, I think I brought some blueies, some black lug, and lots of squid, all from Mark Tonge. Awesome, that's all I can say. I've just cast this in, it's been in about 2 minutes. I'm going to get you on the rod. We're on the Akios Procast Fury 450 Continental. It's out about 85 metres, exactly about the same distance what I cast the other day. Our tide's 10:30 tonight, and it is now 5 o'clock, so we're looking at 5 hours to top. 5.5 hours. I'm not going to fish it all the way up because I've got no lights, but I'm going to fish it until I can. I might be able to fish off the top with no lights, because when the tide's in, hopefully I'll be fishing off the top and the street lights will give me the light. I brought her last with me. She's comfy watching TV in the van, so you know, leave her to it. She's happy. I'm hoping there's no crab, I'm hoping there's no weed, because conditions, as you can see, are outstandingly good. All we need is a quick fish like we got the other day, and I'll be happy as Larry. There's no fart machine today, Danny, but I don't think we can call him Mr. Flatulence anymore, because he's now lost 1.25 stone. So the guy is disappearing like Mr. Bean. So, you know, it won't be long before he won't be able to stand behind his rod rest, because you won't be able to see him. Seems to be a lot of pull. It does look like smooth-hound water. I mean, it's flat as a pancake, apart from a few swells close in, maybe 6-7 metres out, and the rest of it's just flat. As I say, we're just on the turn and coming back up. And this is when we caught the fish the other day. This is why I decided to come now. You know, can we do it again? I haven't put the other rod out yet, because I don't know how long it's, I don't know what's in there. I don't want loads of bloody weed and stuff. You know, it looks like it's dragging round to me, but we'll see. I did cast it about between 10 and 11 o'clock, and it's now at, looks like it's pulled round to about 12. You know, just past the 12 mark. So I'm going to have a look now and just see where it's gone. I'm in a bit of sinking sand here. I've picked the only bit of bloody beach where the sand's sinking. Ah, it's not so bad. It's just about held about 12 o'clock. I can't grumble at that. All I need is a bloody fish. But as I say, it's my lucky venue. You know, I'm not worried what I get. If I get a fish, I'll be happy. I've come out because it's a lovely day, and I don't want to be sat around the house when with weather like this. Especially when you can sit on the beach in your little hoodie and you're red hot. You know what I mean? That's what we want to see. Thanks for all the new subscribers, by the way. I think I got 49 from the last video. So thanks for all of them. Please don't forget to subscribe if you're watching the video, and share it out if you can. It costs absolutely nothing, and it helps the channel lots and lots. It makes us want to put more content out. You know, don't forget to comment at the bottom. It doesn't matter what you're talking about, you know, just say something, comment. You know, tell us what you liked about the video, tell us where you'd like us to go. You know, anything about, you know, what you want to know, I'll answer if I know the answers to them, like. So don't forget to put the old comments at the bottom. But as I say, the channel's doing well. I'm racking on to 4,000 subs now, so I think I'm just ticking on to 3,500, so it shouldn't be long. I reckon there'll be a few bass in there, you know. Looks like there's a bit of undercurrent because that is pulled right in and it feels heavy, but looking at the sea it's not so heavy. I've only stuck a 5 ounce on there. You know, maybe I don't want to be casting out that far. I might drop it a bit shorter next time. You know, when we fished here last Tuesday, Danny caught that bass on that little shuttlecock there, the orange one, the marker for the groin. He caught it there, you know, exactly around about there at that distance. So we must have been maybe another 50 metres up the beach. So there's a bit of way to go yet, because I say it's flat tide. We're quite a long way to go yet. But I've got the beach to myself. I ain't seen nobody else fishing. Why, I don't know, because it's bloody perfect. I've got my Rita Waverhoff glasses on again. I absolutely love these glasses, you know. I'm not here to advertise style, I'm just here for comfort. And if I can see my rods with these glasses, I'll wear whatever I like. But we're stuck to a simple rig again, and just simple bits, and let's see what happens. Sometimes you can have a try and put so much stuff into it and you just don't get now. You know. Oh, is that a bite? That could be a bite, you know. I can't see why my rod would bounce like that when it's not, there's no out there really. This does settle down though, this swell, what with the little bit of swell we have got. God knows where this bit of swell's come from here, but the little bit of swell we have got, by the time the tide comes in another 10 metres or so, it'll die off. But there is a few little sandbars here. I mean, I've just stood on one to cast. But I'm hoping for I might catch a little bass. A little schoolie will do me, I'm not bothered. I'll give this another 5 minutes. I'm going to pull it in just to see what's happening with it, see if the crabs have had it, or, you know, my lead might be rolling. I might have to cast, you know, a bit further. That looks to me like it's rolled me on the beach though. Or I've got a fish on it and it's swam in. I've just never seen that rod pull that bad, so I'm just I'm wondering if there's a fish on it. I'll be happy if there's no crabs about though, that's the main thing. We don't want crabs. Right, I'm going to pull this in, fellas. I'm going to walk this way a little bit though, because the bloody sand's sinking down there, but over there it's pretty stiff, so I'm going to pull it in and just see what's happened to me, why it's come in like that when it was right out. I might have latched onto a bass, you never know. Could be a bloody Wray, this. No, I think it was just buried. I don't know. Does feel like there's a fish on it, but surely there's not. I only just cast it out. Does feel like I've got a fish though. No, I think it's just the lead getting buried in the soft sand. No fish, but I think I'll swap the weight on that because I think them real short stubby weights, they seem to plug. And I've got some longer ones, so I might try a different, let me try a different lead on it. See these ones, them little short stubby ones tend to they get buried. They go in like little dive bombers and they get buried. Whereas these ones, the longer ones, with the longer grabs on them, they're just a lot better. You know, not always, but just on here when it's soft sand. So let's just try the weight. Because that was definitely a problem, that. I'm bloody sinking here though, fellas. Really badly, it's hard to stand up in it. I'm going to have to move. My shoes have actually sunk. Right, I'm going to cast this one this way a bit and not go out so far because I think I went a bit too far on that. Saying that, I cast that about 95 metres. That was probably a bit silly. Because there's no wind and I keep forgetting. But I'm getting bloody buried in this sand. I'm going to have to move. It's terrible. Let me just move this. I have to move my camp a little bit over here. That's better. Right, move my camp. I'll show you why. Because look at that. I'm bloody sinking. But over here it's solid. But all the way down that bit, I've been sinking and my feet have been totally engulfed with bloody water and sand. So, and I'm on the in-betweeners, look, and I'm soaked. I aren't bothered because the beach trainers, so it doesn't matter. Right, I've moved and I'm going to take a little break. And I'll be back if there's any action on these rods. Right, I'm back out, fellas. Both rods out now. Changed the bait, both on squid. I moved back a little bit to a better, safer area because I'm getting bloody sinking over there. Right, there's a lot of pull down. I mean, a lot of bounce and pull down. Whether it's I brought the wrong rods or not, maybe I should have brought the Sonic Blacks, I don't know. Maybe a stiffer rod would have been better off in these conditions. The sea looks like tame, but it's not, believe me, it's pulling like a bugger. It's swinging around to the right a lot and it's rolling the lead quite a bit. And it's also bogging down, but since I swapped the leads to longer leads with bigger grabs on them, I've stopped the plugging, that's the main thing. There's no weed, there's no crab, there's no bloody wind. And there's no fish at the moment, but I've only been here 40 minutes, so you know you can't expect miracles, can you? I'm back out again. I've cast the one nearest to us just between 9 and 10. That's how far I cast it to the left, and it's pulled round to about 11 o'clock, between 10 and 11 now, so maybe that's where I need to be casting, I don't know. I mean, as the tide comes in, because we're low tide, remember, it's only just moving back in again. as we move further back and the beach is deeper and we'll get rid of that flat water, you know, we won't get no rollies like we're getting now. There won't be no big swells, it'll just flatten off. It's just basically because the tide's turned and then it's decided to roll. But there is some quite big swells coming in from a distance, as you can see. You know, there's a good 4 or 5 foot swells coming in from a distance. It won't forecast for 4 or 5 foot swells, but that's what we're getting. Don't know why, because there's no wind and it looks bloody great conditions. Even at distance looking out, it's flat calm. I'd have thought when I got here there'd been 4 or 5 fishing, but maybe there has been a few fishing and they've disappeared because they can't hold bottom, I don't know, but we'll find out. But at the moment I am holding bottom now. But I haven't fished these Akios 450s in this type of condition, so we'll see whether they can handle it. Because at the moment there's a lot of bounce. I mean, Sonic Black Sports would have held the ground in that conditions, easy. When you're getting a lot of bounce like that, it trips your head a lot, so you know, you start getting rolls and dragging around. But I mean, you've got to be confident of a fish here. I mean, it usually produces something, you know. I mean, you can get really good nice fish here, but you know, it usually produces something at least. But the tide's coming in pretty quick now, because as you know, it's flat water at that, you know. It's flat water on the first 2.5 hours up, so it'll come in pretty quick, and then when it hits the higher ground it'll slow down, but obviously the swell will as well. It'll calm itself down. I mean, I don't mind getting the bounce if you know, if I'm going to get some fish like. But I mean, there could be a few little smooth ones out there, because it's really brown water. Just got to keep a close eye on the rods, because it's hard to see the bites. But they are holding now, that's the main thing. I reckon if I got a smoothie on there, decent size, I'd struggle getting it in with that Paull. Right fellas, I'll be back when them rods start jingling. Just want to bring this one in fellas, because I've just got a big slack liner on it, and I mean a big slack liner, like there was lots of line slack. So whether it's been brought in by a wave or not, I don't know, but it went really slack really quick. There is a bit of weed showing now as well. Look, I'm on braid all the way through, so I don't think there's out on it. I think I just got I think a bit of weed took me. I might try a bit of hermit crab anyway. Let's have a look at them. I hadn't really looked at them. I was going to use some the other day, but I never got around to it. I've actually got some hermit crab in here, and it does look nice, but as I say, I never got around to using it. I'm not even sure I opened it anyway. I didn't. Unless I put some in here. Oh, I had 2 packs, that's it, well, that's why. Got a pack in here. That's open. There's plenty of body on them anyway, so probably make a nice bait out of one. Sometimes you need 2 or 3 to make a good bait, but not with these. They look pretty big. What you're looking for these hermit crabs is, I think it's 2 here anyway. What you're looking for is that bit of meat at the tail there. All that at the back is your bait, really. I mean, you can snap a few with it, and probably that one will come off. I'd probably leave them on and put that on as a bait, or just get a couple of them back ends. I might actually just try a couple of back ends for now. And strap them on. You know, that's what you're looking for, really. You're looking for the back end of it, because that's where all the meat is. You can make a good bait out of that. So what I'll do is I'll elasticate some of that together now. Make a nice bait out of it, and you never know, make her a nice fish. I have got plenty of it anyway. I mean, you can leave the claws on. Just present your soft bait to the bottom of your hook, and you know where all the juicy bit is, and leave the claws on towards the top. Some people like leave the claws dangling, like. But I'll make a nice bait of that. I might get a nice fish out of it. Obviously I've got to get rid of this lovely squid off here now, so it won't hold both. So I'll cut that squid off. Might be able to get it off anyway without cutting it. The way I put them on, they usually come off in one piece, like you did. Looks like a nice bait, that, actually, fellas. 2 of them lovely hermit crabs. Just a bit more juicy bait in there. Something different. I mean, I do like my squid, don't get me wrong. You know, I always catch fish on squid, but it's nice to have different things out there, especially now it looks like bassy water out there. Looks a bit bassy now, so I'm just going to try and just get past them white water bits here, and I'll show you this cast anyway, fellas. You know, I've probably got the camera pointing in the wrong way, but I'll show you the cast, because I'm going to flick it quite away because I want to get by that white water, really. Yeah, well over them there. Right, let's see what happens with that then. A bit of crab bait. Something different. I've got to move my gear back in a minute, so I'm going to take a little break here. Hopefully when I come back that rod's going mental with that crab on. Just while I move my base back, because as you can see that water's coming in pretty damn fast now, so I'll be back in a minute. Right, we're back. Conditions are fantastic. I can't believe how good they are. I brought you back because I've just cast both these rods out. I've put a fresh hermit crab on the end far rod, and on this one I've put a lovely squid and black lug cocktail that I've just made up, and it looks so juicy when I put it on. I've got a feeling some fish is going to swim by and think he's walked into Gordon Ramsay's restaurant. So, you know, I thought I'd bring you on just to let you know that I'm going to put you on the camera for well, the rods, you're on the camera, put you on the rods for a few minutes, just to keep an eye on them, just for a few minutes, because you only got that feeling that you might just get a big fish because the baits look so appetizing. Well, this is one of them moments. Can we produce it on camera, you know, and actually get one? The one nearest to us, I flung it out as far as I could get it, and I knocked it at 10 o'clock, and it looks like it's bloody stayed there. Whether I've got wrapped around something, I don't know, but it hasn't moved. So I don't know, I just got this feeling I might get a fish on this cast, because it's not so bad now. It's not bouncing as much as it was, because obviously we're on higher ground now. As you can see, I've got that far now from the wall, so you know, it's not far. It's come in quite a long way since it was last on camera. We're right on the slope now, as you can see, and it's quite a good slope. So it's settled down out there, and now it's holding its ground. Not so much bounce, so I will be able to see the bites now. Definitely no crab action, but there's a tiny, I mean the most minutest bit of weed you could imagine. And it's just one of this, that weed that falls off real easy, you know, when you flick it, it just drops off. So, you know, I'm not going to complain about that. I've got everything in my favour. Lovely colour in the water. So, you know, what more can you ask for? You never know, I might just lock onto a little mad session of an hour or so, half an hour, I don't know, where you just keep catching fish. Like we did on Tuesday, on the last video, where within half an hour we had 3 fish, different species, like. Then it went dead. This now is about the same time as when we caught them fish. Not the same time as in what time it is at night, but same time in the tide on the way up. I'm suspecting it's about 6:30ish now or something like that. I don't know, because I ain't got a watch with me. I've left my phone in the van because our lass is using it to watch telly, so obviously she wants my hotspot so she can run her TV. So she's watching that. She's only watching YouTube, like, because that's what, you know, I mainly watch now. In fact, that's all I bloody watch. You know, I mean, normal TV is just crap now, isn't it? Just rubbish. I mean, you know, it's all repeats, or just same old. You know, since the invention of YouTube, and you can pick whatever you want and everything there for everybody, you know, you don't have to worry about it, do you? I don't even watch TV news. I just watch like Tootsie TV or something like that, because that's real news, or GB News on, you know, all the snippets, not live, but just the snippets. Just the best bits, basically. But yeah, I've just got this feeling I might just lock onto a fish in this cast. Because everything's about right now about this time, and I've got the right baits on, so 3 different baits on them hooks now, and they're only short pennels because it's not that deep out there. I reckon if we get one, it'll be a dogfish probably, or I might, if I'm lucky, get a little smooth hand pup or something. But you know, but there is a bit of surf there for some, you know, little schoolies, so you never know, do you? I was going to come tomorrow morning early on and catch the from about 6 in the morning up until high, but you know, why do that when I can just do now? The weather's just nice. Absolutely, definitely settled now. Them rods are not bouncing like there was. It's almost tempting to go for a paddle, isn't it? Because you know, not Withensea has now got the blue beach flag, so you know, blue flag beach. So we've got excessively good waters. They've been awarded it for 2025. I think Hornsey got it as well, and a few others down the coast. You know, so the water quality has improved a lot. It's definitely a lovely beach anyway. There's no mess on it or anything. It's very clean. Do you know, it's nearly good enough for a Wray out there. I mean, it just looks like Wray country now. I thought I had some blue with me, but I haven't, so that's unfortunate. But I think the hermit crab will make up for it. Definitely a bit of weed coming in now because I can see it on my line. It's just travelling up my line a little bit, which is a lot more weed than I got the other day because I didn't even see any, not even a strand. I did see it floating in the sea, but it never got onto the line. I've got the same hook system as I had on the other day, same Sakuma hooks. In fact, the old rig body's Sakuma. It did the business. I caught 3 lovely fish. Well, I caught 2 and Danny caught 1 on them, so you know, it's great gear, man. It's great gear. Hooks are lovely and sharp. I'm trying to boost the content on my channel, you know, get a few more videos out, because I took 3 months off at Christmas, as you know, because I had to give me back a full rest, because it was, you know, it was doing 1 video and then I was in agony for a week. and it's, you know, it's been a lot better. All right, I still get problems with it and it still hurts a lot, but you know, not like it did. You know, you can get used to it after a while. But I think I did too many just before Christmas when I did a run of about 10 videos in about 3 weeks. I think that was just too much. And I've lightened my box now as well. And obviously it's fitting over my shoulder nicely, there's not much weight in it, so you know, climbing stairs is no problem really now if I go slow. It's just when you rush up them, like, you know, if you take a steady walk up them stairs, it's fine, it's great. It's just when you start trying to walk fast. Just a nice leisurely stroll up them steps and it's fine. So anyway, I ain't had for a while fish and chips and mushy peas. So on the way home, I might just pop to a nice chippy. My favourite chippy is Kingston Fisheries down Endyke Lane. Absolutely fantastic from there. They're not sponsoring me or anything, they just are. Never had anything bad from there, it's always been spot on. So if you fancy a nice fish and chips, get yourself to Kingston Fisheries, Endyke Lane, Hall Road End. It's really, really nice stuff in there. Nice huge fish as well. I'm not sure that this one at this side isn't stuck, you know, because it's never moved from where I threw it, and I'm sure I've wrapped it around the bloody fence, the groin gate or whatever you want to call it, divider, breakwater, whatever it is. I'm sure I've wrapped it around it. If I have, it's one of them things, isn't it? Alright, I just landed in a gully somewhere and it's just, you know, bedded itself in. I thought I cleared them though, because I did throw it a long way out. Right, I'm going to take a little break again, and when I come back, if I'm shouting and screaming, you know I've got a fish. Well, I'm just going to bait up, fellas. I brought that back in. I've moved quite a long way back now because the tide's coming in really fast. I've had no luck on the crab. I just brought it back in. There's a bit of weed, as you can see. There's a bit of weed, but not a lot. I mean, you're talking, you know, not even bothering about because it just falls off. All there's left of the crab is the shell, but obviously we knew that would get washed off anyway. You know, I'm tempted to send just black lug out, but it's only frozen, it's not fresh, so you know, it's probably better off with some squid or something. So I'll make a wrap. Only takes 2 seconds to knock one together. Just sometimes not here, fellas, it's as simple as that, you know. They might still come on yet. I ain't got a clue what time it is. It must be, I don't know, 6:30 or something, 7 o'clock, I don't know. I don't know how long I've been here because I ain't got my phone, and I don't wear a watch, so basically without my phone I don't have a clue. I am putting massive baits on, as I'll show you. Look, the baits I'm putting on, I've just made that one. I just made this bait. That's all I'm doing. Just black lug, squid, about 3.5–4 inches long. That's all going on. Lovely baits. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a bait. We're just not having any luck with a fish at the moment, but what can you do? You can only persevere, and you might just come good, mightn't you? I mean, there's no reason why, you know, I can't get a fish if they're out there. It's the realities of fishing. That's what it is, the realities. If fishing was easy as that, everybody would be doing it, wouldn't they? I'm sure at some point this season I'll have one of my golden periods where everything I do goes right and I get all these big fish and, you know, smash a few personal bests and all that. It all happens. It happens every year. It's just you just don't know when, and that's the good thing about it. You don't. It's that not knowing thing. That one that I cast about 10 o'clock, it's still about 10 o'clock. I'll just tighten it up. Actually, that's all I. It's moved to about 11 o'clock now, but right, I'm going to smash this one out. I've got to get over them breakers anyway. They're breaking about 35–40 out now, so you know I've got to get over them anyway. So I'll be knocking it a good 80+ meters now. I'll be looking for an half decent bend in this rod anyway. That was as far as I've knocked any today, so you know, see there's out there. I am bothered, I'll persevere, I'll get some. I was envisaging staying while about 8:30, 9 o'clock time. Half tide is 10:30. Well, that's what I was going to do, stay till about 9:30ish. Well, about 8:30, 9 o'clock. But who knows, if we're not getting any bites at all, then I'll probably disappear earlier. Yeah, I'll probably disappear earlier if there's no bites about. I'm enjoying it though. I'll show you how close we are now. The steps are just here now, so we're not, you know, it's drove us right back now. I'm not even, I don't think I've had a bite today, to be honest with you. I mean, probably 50–60% of the time you won't be able to tell. And you know, you could probably tell now, but it's still bouncing a lot. And there is a bit of weed about now, dragging the line, so Love the sound of the surf coming in though. Yeah, this is about as far as I've knocked it, the far rod today, so probably about 95 plus metres. I've never really welded this rod. I don't know, it worries me. It could probably do it, but I mean, you know, well, it probably will, it definitely will do it, but you know, when the tips are not as thick as what you're used to, with the real thin tips, and you're thinking, can I actually welly one at full whack? And you know, it's just, they have very thin tips. I ain't had any problems with them though. They have, whatever I've slung out there, they've done it. But I just don't hit it as hard as I do when I do with blacks, solid blacks, because I know they'll just fling anything out for miles. I'm a bit dubious, like I'm the Shakespeare agility toes. I do the same with them, they're a bit thinner tip, and I don't really welly them out either, because you just don't know, do you? It's one of them things where if something goes wrong with your cast, like you forgot to put your bail arm up or down, well, up, or you know, it gets wrapped around your eye or something like that, something happens, it gets caught in the sand, anything, you could just snap it in half, couldn't you? I'm not saying it would happen, like, you know, I've never caught one in the sand, and I've never snapped a rod, so it was always the first time, isn't there? And it'll be user error if it does happen. I mean, I'm so careful with my rods, I don't like throw them about, and you know, I'm real careful, because I know if you get an airline crack in them rods, in any rod, you've created a weak point, and at some point it'll go. Right, I'll be back shortly when them rods started rattling. We're back not long to go. Right near the wall now. I did say I'm not staying till I tide. As I said, I've got a lass with me, and I don't want to leave her in the van, you know, more than 4 or 5 hours. So, although she's happy in there with the TV and stuff, but I don't think we've even had a bite, I'll be honest with you. Conditions have been great, it's just the fish haven't shown up, simple as that. I've tried black lug, tried hermit crab, and I've tried squid, tried combinations of them on their own, you know. Nah, you can only do what you can do, you know. I'm not disappointed or anything, because I had a decent session last time I was here, so I'm not disappointed. You know, as I said, you can't catch fish every time you come out. You know, you might be lucky and get 7 or 8 runs, 8, 9, 10 sessions on the trunk, get 1 or 2 fish, or 1 good session and a fish every other go, like. But you know, eventually you're going to have a little streak where you're not going to get none, and luckily I'm not on that streak. But it does happen. I ain't had no very long streaks this season, or in the last year anyway. But the most I've gone into about 2, maybe 3 sessions. But I mean, you can go bloody loads, you know. I know a few people at the moment that haven't had a fish for months. So, it's one of them things. It happens to all of us. But as I say, I'm not bothered, I'm happy. I've been out, I know I've been here on my own, I've got, you know, a bit of alone time, you know, a bit of peace, quiet, tranquility. I've only seen one person on this beach since I've been here, walking a dog, and that was it, a few hours ago. I've got a hell of a long hike to the van, because I've got to walk up them steps there, that's it. The van's at the top, so I'm quite happy about that. You never know, I could still pull in a huge fish. But if I don't, I don't. I will be back here. I'm not sure when, but I will be back here because I love this venue. And I think it's the first time I ain't had a fish here. So, that's probably because I've been to the trough so often, like, you know what I mean? I was going to go to Hornsey, but I didn't fancy that bloody 5.5 flights of stairs. I mean, I will do that this season. I will do that in the next few weeks, but I didn't fancy it today. So I thought I'd come here. And I've gone off Kilnsey for the time being and Easington because they're not producing. You know, when them venues are on, they're on, but they're just not on at the moment. It's too hit and miss. So I'm going to stick to the middle beaches. I was going to try waste pipe, ship pipe, whatever you want to call it, but it's getting packed, isn't it, really? There's only enough room for about 3 cars, I think. I passed it last night and had a look. So I had a little sniff around the venue, see what was worth going down and all that lot. And, you know, there's not many places to get down. I had a look at Aldborough and, you know, Hollyman up that area. Didn't look that good, really, to get down. The only decent places to get down, really, if you've got, you know, you struggle with your back and stuff, is Sandlemere, Withensea, either end, Hornsey, either end, Kilnsey, Easington, Makro, Paull. There is a few other places like you can get on. You know, Freysthorpe if you want to pay the extortionate car parking fees, like. But other than that, well, I won't say there was extortion. It's just the fact that that camera operator that does them, he tends to ticket people when they're paid, so you got to be careful on there. But there is still a few good places you can fish, Bridwall and all that lot. But there again, it's parking for Bridwall, isn't it? So. But I'm sure some other places will show themselves. The way our coastline is changing, you know, new places open up all the time where you can get down and have a fish and stuff like that. So I'm going to put you on them rods for a bit because I don't like talking to the camera too long. You know, because at the end of the day, it's about the fishing adventure, isn't it? So let's get you on them. Yeah, I like to concentrate more on you know, on the rods. I like to be the like David Attenborough behind the camera type of thing, you know, because it's just, I think it's just more interesting and more enjoyable. I mean, obviously you've got to show your face on camera now and again, but I just think it's more enjoyable behind the camera. And obviously you'll get to see more action, see what's going on. You might see a bite hard up, which is quite often. So when you're messing around with cameras, you miss a lot. There is definitely crab activity now though, because the last 2 baits that came in was definitely picked clean. So, you know, the crabs have moved in. They weren't here earlier. The weeds dropped off. That rod that I thought was plugged when I cast it, it wasn't plugged. I just thought it was, it hadn't moved. So I banged one back exactly where it was, and it's exactly where it was, it never moved. So it's definitely holding its ground now. It's a nice foamy sea now. I don't know if you can see all the wind farms, but there's loads here. Lots of wind farms in that area. And then right over there, there's tons more. It looks like they're expanding the wind farms. You know, it's that clear, I'm sure you'll be able to see them. Do you know, I almost thought I caught a bite there on the last rod, on the end rod. I don't think it is though. Big swell's coming in now, look. 4 or 5 feeters coming in now. Especially these little beauties over here. Look at them beauties coming in. Camera won't give it justice because I'm higher up. I'm about another 4 or 5 feet higher than the surf line. So, you know, you can imagine how big they are. They're quite big. Keep an eye on that far rod because it looks like there's a bite on it. Might be wrong. Don't take me as a guaranteed set, but it just looked like it was doing stuff it doesn't normally do when it's letting go over the surf. Them swells bounce it, yeah, but it looked like there was a few extra little jiggles on it. It's getting a bit chilly now as well. Now the sun's faded or disappeared into oblivion. I don't even know what time it is. It could be bloody 8:30 or anything. I ain't got a clue. The only way I'd find out is if I climbed them steps and asked our lass what time it was, but hell of a long way up there just to find out what time it is. But I'm going to do it. Right fellas, I'll take a little break. I'm going to bring them rods back a little bit, then I'm going to pop upstairs, up the steps, and I'm just going to find out what time it is, because I ain't got a clue. So I'll be back shortly. Right back, just got back from the van, just had a nice meat pie. I was going to have some fish and chips on the way home, but it's a bit late now really, because it's 8:35, and by the time I get wrapped up and back to where my chippy is, it'll be somewhat to 10, so it'll be no good. It'll be closed. So you can't win them all, but it'll be the last cast this anyway. You know, I was only planning to finish at 9 anyway. So you know, when they're in, that's it. This video will probably go up tonight. It's Monday. So it's what, 8:35 now. I'll be home for about, I don't know, 10 to 10, something like that, 9:45. It'll be up before 10:30 this evening. So won't be much delay. You know, won't take me long to string it together. The system I'm using now can just render these videos in like less than 3 to 4 minutes. So, you know, quite simple really. What used to take me 10-12 hours now takes me 3 to 4 minutes. I won't tell you what processor and hard drive I'm using and stuff, but it's huge. I do believe it's the biggest one out at the moment, so it's a monster. It's a 7030 or a 7040 or something. Can't remember what it is offhand, but it's big anyway. Eats video for breakfast. Yeah, so 5 more minutes. I'll just let them have another little soak for 5 minutes, and then I'll bring them in, and then I'll take a nice scenic route home through Sunk Island. I think I'll go through Otteringham, down Nottingham, round that, down Stony Creek and round Sunk Island and around that area, and see if I can see some deer and that, because you get a lot of deer around there, and I like watching them. You know, it's a bit of wildlife, isn't it? It's a nice steady country drive, the scenic way. Take me an extra 25 minutes to do it that way, but I can either come out with Thorne Gumbald or come out with Paull, whichever I fancy. But we saw a nice deer last night on the way home, right in the middle of the road. Good job I was only doing them 20 odd mile an hour because I was sightseeing around the old back roads. And because I went up to Holland and places like that, and I was down the back roads, and there was a deer stood right in the middle of the road. So I slowed right down, obviously about 20ish, 15, 20, and it still did bloody move while I was about 20 yards from it, and then it hopped along, hopped over the edge and off it went. So it's amazing what you see on these country roads. Now if somebody had been bowlassing down there, they'd have wiped that out, but I don't do that around these little back roads because I like to see what's going on. Like, you see a lot of wildlife and that. The amount of wild rabbits about at the moment is horrendous, man. I've seen hundreds of them. I've seen little families of them. And it's lambing season as well, so you've got a lot of lambs about as well. Little tiny lambs. Right, that'll be it, fellas. I'm going to pull these in and toddle off. I'm not going to show you me pulling them in because it's pointless, because there's nothing on them. So I might as well just do my intros here, then I can pack it all away and make my way up Mount Everest behind me. And it was a bit of a log slog going up there just to find out what time it was, but at least I got a meat pie and a drink. And I've got to lug the gear up there now instead of just me, so I'll just take a slow walk up there. So it's nice being back out again on the sand anyway after just a few days. I've enjoyed it. It's been great. I'll be back out again in the next 3 or 4 days, but I don't know what I'm going to do with North Hornsea. I was thinking of going to Braid, I don't know yet, but it'll either be Braid, North Hornsea or Tunstall. I'm going to debate which. I'm going to have a look, see if anybody's been catching out, and whichever's got the better reports, I'll go to that one. So from me, Jimmy Codbites, on a lovely summer evening, and I say a lovely summer evening because it must be still in the 60s, and the wind's virtually zero. It's beautiful. So on a lovely summer evening on Withensea South Beach near the boathouse, it's a very, very happy good evening from me. Until next time, take care.